For over 2 decades, Coleman Canada used nickel as a finish on their fuel tanks for their lanterns, but with the advent of the war in the 1930s, they had to come up with another finish. So they came up with this here, the Coleman Seafoam Green. Today's video is about this lantern here, the Coleman 242B in Seafoam Green. It's Friday, and this is the Friday show and tell. Crank that round and see what happens. So g'day guys, and welcome back to the channel, and thanks for joining me. Yes, so like I was saying, the 242B here is our project for today. So as I was saying before, that in the 1930s Coleman had to come up with a different finish for their founts because the nickel was in short supply. The nickel was actually being used in a process for uranium to make the atom bomb. So they had to come up with a different finish. So they came up with this beautiful finish here, which is now highly acclaimed amongst Coleman lantern collectors, known as the Seafoam Green finish. Yeah, so I bought this beautiful lantern here a wee while ago. Unfortunately, when it turned up, the globe was actually broken. So that's unfortunate. But when I got it, it came with a few extra little treasures, which I'll show you. So one of the extra wee treasures that came with is this tool here, which is for removing the valve stem non-return valve, basically out of the where the end of the pump is there. It's a specialised tool, which is actually extremely hard to get here in New Zealand. I don't even think you can get it from here. I think this was imported from America. So it came with that, so that was a real blessing. And it also came with this wee cigar box here, which has a bit of treasure in it and a wee story to tell as well. Yeah, so this is dated from the 16th of March 1995. So Coleman 242B job, $17.50. New mantle, which was $2.50. Fuel was $2. Cap and screen was $7.60, and washer $2.30. Total price for the job was $31.90. And there's a wee bit of information on the back. We'll read what that says. It says clean and flush fuel tank. Wrong fuel apparently, so maybe he thought it was a 249, which is a similar version that runs on kerosene. Decant manifold and clean. Check. Generators okay. Fit new cup, screen, also new cup, washer and light. Test for 20 minutes. Says goes extra well. There you go, that's a bit of the history of the lantern. Yeah, so the treasure box also contained a new pump cup, which is really handy. 1, 2, 3, 4 packets of mantles. I think there's some silk lights in there. So there's 1, 2 and 3 packets of silk lights, and this other packet here of mantles as well. Also in the little treasure box was this envelope, which contains a valve stem and new valve, and a generator here as well. So that was a good wee bonus. Shame about the shade, but definitely a bonus with the valve stem tool and all these little extra bits, and also the story of this lantern. Yeah, so when I got this the other day off the internet, the guy stressed to me about the fact it says don't light it until you go over it, because he says it flames up. I did actually check it out, and I did a dry run without a mantle on it. We're going to try it again in a second and see what happens. I didn't see it flare up or flame up, but I did see the fuel flowing and then stopping, which suggests to me that we have an issue with the fuel pickup valve. So we're going to have to probably strip this right down and take that valve out of there and pull it apart and clean it with some carburetor cleaner. So first we'll do a dry run and see what happens with it. So I've already pressurized this lantern, so we're just going to give it a dry run without a mantle on it and see what happens. Just waiting till I hear the sputter. So it seems to be even struggling to get a sputter through. There we go, there's a sputter there now. Yeah, so that's just gone out, so that suggests to me that there's a problem with the fuel pickup. The sputter's actually stopped. Yeah, so we're just going to start stripping this guy down and get to the fuel pickup, and I've got a wee portable vise here. We'll set that up and turn the tank upside down and get that valve out and give that a clean with some carburetor cleaner. So we'll just take the hold down nut off the hat off first. Yeah, so the hat's in reasonably good condition. It has a few dings and dents, a few chips off the porcelain on the top. There's a few marks on it which I had a wee go previously of cleaning. I've got quite a bit of it off. Some of the rest of it may eventually come off with an extra clean. So we'll just put that aside there. Also we'll remove the handle there. Now we'll remove this burner assembly here. So it's just got a wee wing nut on the centre here. That wee guy there, so we'll take that off there. We'll remove the burner assembly just carefully. Yeah, so that's in a reasonably good shape. We could actually clean this up a wee bit with a bit of auto-sol metal cleaner, give it a bit of a polish, which we may do before we reassemble it. So the next thing we'll do is we'll remove this generator here. So you want to be real careful with this generator. It's got a very small needle on the end of it, so very delicate. So we'll just get that guy out of there. He just has a little hook on the end and clips into the bottom of the cleaning needle here. So we'll just the other thing we need to do is relieve the pressure off the lantern here. I'll just let that out because the fuel wants to flow through otherwise. Yes, this has got the cardboard insert. I can see the tip there. It all looks quite clean and in good condition, that cleaning needle. So we'll just carefully put that back in there, and we'll put that aside. So the next thing we want to do here, what do we want to do next? I believe is we want to take off the frame here, so that just slides off there. So that could do it for a wee bit of a clean up as well. We'll get some auto-sol on that as well and give that a clean up, and it's a wee bit misshapen as well, so we'll give it a bit of a reshape as well if we can. So we're pretty much right down to the valve stem assembly here. So I'll set up the vise and we'll put that in the vise and remove that. Yeah, so one thing we'll do before we take this out is we'll actually empty the fuel out of here, because I'd put a bit of fuel in there to do a test run on it. So we'll just it's pretty clean fuel anyway, so we'll just pop it back in here. Let's put that fuel cap over there so we don't lose it. So now that we've pretty much emptied most of the fuel out of this, I'll just stick it upside down on the vise here and just tighten that up very carefully. So we'll have a go at unscrewing this and getting the valve stem out of there. So that's loosened up there now. Get out of there now. Yeah, so we've got that loosened up there now, so we'll just get that out of there. And we'll check out the valve stem and see what sort of shape it's in. Yeah, so it definitely needs a clean. While I'm at it, I might spray a bit of carburetor cleaner in this this fount here and give it a bit of a shake around, a bit of a clean as well. So we'll pull this apart and give it a clean. There's a needle inside there, so we'll get that apart. So we'll give a bit of a clean up in here with a bit of carb cleaner. Give that a bit of a shake around. The sound wasn't working before, the camera wasn't working, but I've already removed the valve stem here, which is this guy here. I've taken him out, and this is the cleaning needle here. You've got to be very careful with this cleaning needle, it's very delicate. So I've already given the valve stem here a real good clean with some carburetor. There's carburetor cleaner, there's a wee pickup hole on the side there, so make sure you clean that up, and there's a hole at the bottom, so make sure that's all good. Give it a good rinse out with some carburetor cleaner. Also cleaned out this here with a bit of carburetor cleaner as well, the cleaning needle valve here, cleaned all that up. So, and I've opened the valve right up to clean it. So now I'm going to move on to giving the fuel tank, the fount there, a bit of a clean, and we'll clean the burner assembly and this ring here as well. We'll give that a clean as well, and then we'll start reassembling it. So I'm reasonably happy with the cleaner that. You can actually, some people use a car wax and give it a bit of a wax, which you could do. I just want to be real careful because this finish is real delicate. The Seafoam green lanterns, the finish is very delicate, and you got to be very careful with them. So I'm just going to leave it as it is. I'm just going to start reassembling the valve stem, and we'll put that back in. So we'll just pop that guy back together there. As I was saying before, you got to be real careful. It's very fragile, the end of this, so we'll just pop that back in there. I'll actually just give it a second clean with some carb cleaner. Make sure we got everything cleaned out of it. pretty happy with that, so we'll carefully put that back together in there. Might just put my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing there. It's very delicate. So I've got that in there. Just screw that into the valve. Sure that wheel's so we'll put that stem back into the lantern here and start reassembling. Now, some people might use Loctite or something similar to that. I've even seen one guy use nail polish. I'm just gonna thread it in and hopefully it won't leak. It's a tapered thread as far as I know, so it should seal quite well. One thing you've got to be careful is with your clocking on this. I believe that in most cases this valve wheel sits above the cleaning needle here should be at right angles with the pump here, so I'll just put that in the vise and we'll turn it round so it's right angles with the pump. Need to bring that back a bit, just a fraction. Just a fraction more. It's looking pretty close near, so right angles of that there on this guy. So that's that. I'm happy with that, how that's gone together. So I'm just going to do a wee bit of a polish up with some auto sol cleaner on the burner frame and the ring here. We'll clean all that up with a bit of auto sol, and then we'll assemble that. So we'll put the generator on there. Find the wee hole there. Just want to go in there. That's in the hole now. Check that out. I can't feel the needle coming through there. Just to make sure you've got it hooked in there properly. Encouragement to go in there. It's quite hard to get that one in there. We got it in there in the end. Still can't feel the oh yeah, I can feel the tip there now, I think. Yep, definitely. I can feel the tip there, so we'll just give that a tighten up. I'll just use that wee crescent there. Tight. So it's still operating properly there. Now we'll put the burner assembly on there. What do we do if that bring up the... There it is. Put the, make sure your ring is sitting nicely. Put that handle there back on. Excuse the noise there, guys, it's a bit noisy here today. Stick that back on there. So we'll just fuel this up now and we'll see if it's working any better. Right guys, I've re-fueled this and given it a few pumps, and I've turned the valve to hear a bit of a sputter, and there's a bit of sputter coming through, so we're just doing a dry run first just to see if it's going to work properly, and then some stage I'll put a mantle on it, probably not today because I want to find a globe for it first. So we'll just check that it's working properly as a dry run. It's actually the one that's just blown that out. It is actually yeah, that sputter's stopped again, so not too sure what's the story there. I do believe we've got constant flow of fuel there now. I can see it flowing, so I believe we've fixed it. Not 100% sure though, actually. Oh yeah, it's got constant flow there now. Yeah, no, it's definitely working there properly now. It's constant flow, so that should be fine. We could actually put a mantle on and try it out. Let's do it, eh? We'll put a mantle on and try it out. We'll just see how that works. And the sputter straight away. Yeah guys, that looks a lot better. Open that valve up. A few more punts. Like it's coming through as good as it should. Could even be, I could even still have a bit of carburetor cleaner on the tank. I tried to clean it out as best as I could, but there could be residue, slight residue left in there. Has got a consistent burn which it didn't have before. Okay guys, I've managed to get it going reasonably well there, running consistently where it wasn't before. So I've just got to track down a globe for this guy now. Oh guys, after a bit of mucking around, we've managed to get the 242B here running. She's running reasonably nicely, as you can see. Turned out to be a beautiful lantern. I'm quite happy with it. I've just got to find a globe for it. Other than that, I'm pretty happy with it. It's running really nicely. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you hadn't subscribed already, appreciate it if you'd subscribe. It helps the channel and it'll keep you informed of when the next video's out. We pretty much bring them out each week. Yeah, so that's pretty much it from me, and I'll catch you next week. Cheers, thanks for watching.